Welcome to another episode of State of the Franchise. I am Tom Stadler here with my glorious co-host Fred Dakin. Fred, how are you, sir?
Super excited to be here. This was the day that we've been waiting for the longest time.
We've been talking about this episode for a long time.
This is Big Franchise Day.
Big Franchise Day. This is an exciting day because we are covering not one, not two,
not three, not four. Oh, well, wait, it is four.
We are covering four different franchises.
Four pizzas.
Four pizza chains. We are going to be covering Domino's, covering Pizza Hut, covering
Toppers,
which is maybe for our nationwide listeners not a common one they've heard of.
That is our regional one, our regional pick.
And, of course, the infamous Papa John's.
Ooh, the infamous for sure. Yeah, one's going to leave here today as the number one pizza, and we've got a lot of help to figure that out. We have previous guest Joe Francisco here.
Hey, thanks, guys. Glad to be back on the show.
Welcome back, Joe.
Back from our Dragon Ball Z episode.
Yeah. Dragon Ball and pizza, two things close to my heart. So I'm glad to be on the show.
It's perfect. And we are also joined this week by another veteran of the improv comedy scene, the infamous Jasmine Gonzalez.
First woman on the show.
This is true. We did need to break the trend of having nothing but male guests. So
you're welcome.
Thanks for not bringing a Y chromosome.
So glad to be here for pizza episode 2. It's awesome.
Well, it's a good inaugural one for you. So as we were talking about, this is going to be a pizza-centric episode. But for these four chains, we are actually going to run a tournament today to select who is king amongst the four. So we'll be doing a blind taste test during the episode of each of these pizza slices and determining which ones we like, which ones we don't, and then we'll have our big reveal at the end to find out which one is the best.
Yeah, we have 4 large cheese pizzas that we picked up ourselves, just waiting, and we have my great fiance here to give out the pizzas so we don't know what we'll be eating while we're eating it. We also have blindfolds that I brought that are actually face masks.
Is the more
they work.
The most like pandemic appropriate face masks that we've ever had.
Yep. Well, and this is big because this one got me the most excited because we were mostly talking about movies and TV shows, but when you said franchise, I was like, well, that opens it up to a lot of stuff, especially garbage fast food, which I love to talk about. I love to eat, and I love to review. Like, I love to treat it like it is a fine dish, you know? And
absolutely.
We're going to have, these are like the main ones I feel people get, especially, you know, back in college. Like, these, if there was a Mount Rushmore of pizza, at least in Wisconsin, these 4 would be up there, I think.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you think about nationwide pizza chains, does it really get better than the 4 that we have here today? I mean, I think we know that a lot of people are familiar with, you know, the fact that these are all delivery chains. They've all like completely changed themselves to like curbside pickup. But like, I'm always curious though which one everybody favors. So I guess Joe, Jasmine, depending who wants to go first, if you have a hot opinion, which one would you say is your favorite amongst these?
That's tough. They're all very different, I feel like. I think if I really had to pick, I would go for Domino's. Like, it's always consistent wherever you go. It's like the most balanced pizza. Like, I feel like some of the others have like too aggressive of a sauce or like too aggressive of like one or other thing, but like Domino's just kind of hits the spot.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to say probably Toppers would probably be my favorite. I don't know if it's the best because I feel like it kind of reminds me of college. Like, eating it will just give me heavy college vibes, like really greasy pizza you eat like the next day. Pizza Hut is another like nostalgic thing. Like, I remember the stuffed crust back in the day, which they're actually just bringing back. Like, the
love the
classic
stuffed crust.
Oh.
I almost wanted to tip the scales and bring a stuffed crust.
Would have tipped it too far in one direction.
Ooh, that's the good stuff right there.
Or you think of like those commercials they had back in the day with Crash Bandicoot.
Flip it around. That's what I remember.
From the other side, yeah.
I mean, certainly, I do remember Pizza Hut being amongst like the tops of like the fast food chain. Like you were there as much as you were at McDonald's or you were at Burger King or wherever you went. And I mean, when did that change? Right? Like it just kind of fell off like near the early aughts. Like
I feel like Domino's stepped up their game with like they had that new recipe.
Because they revamped probably right around the time we all were like graduating high school, going to college. I know that was when they were like, all right, we're redoing it, taking it from the bottom up.
Yeah, I call it the new recipe, but I think it's like 2 decades old now. So it's like,
I mean, and I think Jasmine hit on it too by saying like, yeah, it's got probably the best blend. I think for my money, I would pick Domino's too, just because it does taste the most like balanced of everything. Pizza Hut is just so greasy now, or at least from what I remember. We'll find out today if it holds up.
yeah. Also, shout outs to Domino's ordering system. They were like real early on like the
That
online
pizza
ordering
tracker.
train.
Ooh,
Yeah,
the tracker changed the game.
And the
That's great.
customization on the website where you could see the toppings going onto the pizza was pretty cool. I feel they all do that now. Except
Yeah.
I will say Toppers is pretty low key. Like they don't have an app at least. Like I tried to get an app to get the pizza, but no, I had to go through the website.
Sure. Where would you fall on this, Fred? Where do you think is top of yours?
Well, I know it's not right, but mine's Pizza Hut because it is so nostalgic. Like when I was growing up, I lived in a small town and like there was a few like local pizza places, but the only like chain kind of name brand pizza was Pizza Hut. So that's what I had, you know, anytime I had pizza. And whenever I get it, I would say it's very distinct and it's heavy with what it's doing, but I like it. It works for me. But if I had to pick one of the other ones, I will say I've come around to Papa John's because I like that sweetness in the sauce. I love some sweetness, and not to, you know, kind of rule one out where we'll eat it, but that is something I've thought of. Will the sweetness of the Papa John's stand out against, especially against like a Pizza Hut, which I say is like so marinara, it's almost like bitter, but I like it.
Yeah. What do you guys think is going to be the one that you'll pin down that you'll be able to tell, even blindfolded?
It's going to be Hut and John's for me. I think Toppers and Domino's will be harder for me.
Okay.
I agree. I think it's going to be between like Pizza Hut and Papa John's because like I ate a lot of Papa John's in college because it was like $5 Tuesdays or whatever. So like you would buy that, freeze it, defrost it all week. I did slather that in garlic butter though, so I don't know if that's gonna like affect my like taste memory. But like Pizza Hut, I feel like it's got like that aggressive sauce, so I feel like that's gonna stand out.
I think that is a thing though too. Talking about Papa John's, like I always eat that with garlic butter, and like that changes
so
it.
good.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think we're gonna have that with our blind taste. You know, that'll really
Where's
sell
my
it
dipping
out.
sauce?
But or I love how they give a pepperoni or two in there. Like,
Yeah.
I
in the
think that's a
middle.
nice touch.
That is nice, yeah. I would think Pizza Hut for me is probably going to be the most recognizable. Papa John's, I'm kind of worried about liking. I was like, man, Papa John's is kind of a dick. Like,
but he's gone now.
He is gone. It is Shaq.
He's just walking around like giving people pizza. It's
They
nice.
even took out the apostrophe from the Papa John's name to like indicate that it no longer belongs to Papa John's.
Oh, wow.
Like, and now it's just like John's with like no apostrophe, and like I guess that makes a big difference now. But they're rebranding. Shaq's the face. Like, will that affect our tasting here? I don't know. Like,
It does. Like if they hadn't replaced him, I definitely would like probably want to throw the Papa John's. Like, I know it's Papa John's, but fuck that guy.
It's true though. I think Pizza Hut probably is going to be the one that I'm like, I know I'm going to know when that's Pizza Hut, but maybe not. Maybe being blindfolded is going to change the whole thing because I feel like Domino's and Toppers I'm easily going to confuse because they're both just solid, very solid. You know, and I think one thing I wanted to talk about a little bit too is just even getting into, you know, kind of where these places came from. And I had some trivia set up for you guys today.
hit us up.
So I don't know how deeply you all dived into the history, but I want to see if you guys can answer which of these chains came out or in what order these chains started. which year they were franchised.
Oh, I went like down the wrong direction of my Wikipedia rabbit hole. I was looking at like delivery driver murders and shit.
So, which one do you guys think of these four came first?
I feel like Hut.
I gotta say Pizza Hut too. I mean, that's why it's so nostalgic. I feel like I had to be around
I
there.
feel like it came in like, oh no. I broke my face mask.
You know
I
mine.
have others.
Yeah, there's
maybe.
here.
Okay, good.
We have other
pass that.
I'm gonna
blindfolds
stop
too.
fiddling
if we
with
need.
it. Just set it down next to me. Don't let me touch
Got
it.
like those airplane face masks too, if you need them too. So
Oh, great.
We got
I'm
that.
gonna fall asleep over here.
I was gonna say they had like that pizza parlor feel, which I would equate, I guess, maybe with the 70s, 60s. I feel like the chandelier and all that.
Okay. What do you guys think was number 2 then? So I think Pizza Hut is kind of the unanimous.
I think, I'm trying to remember, like, I feel like I saw that, like, Domino's was a spin-off. No. Lie. That's not it. Topper's is the spin-off of Domino's. So that, I think, came number, like, 3 or 4.
I would say we could put that one on the other end of the spectrum, would be Toppers.
Yeah.
I would say it's Domino's, then Papa John's, then Toppers.
That's the order I'd go.
That's my order too.
You guys are correct. It was.
Oh yeah.
Nailed it. Pizza Hut came out in 1958. They started their restaurant chain. 1958.
Holy moly. Like,
That's-
our parents are those ages.
Yeah. Then Domino's was 1960. So it's just
not too far
shortly after. Then we're going to jump ahead all the way to 1984 was the first Papa John's. And then finishing it off was Topper's Pizza in 1991.
Toppers is just a year older than, or a year younger than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a baby.
It's hitting 30. It doesn't know what it wants to do right now.
There's a lot. All of what we know of pizza chains, when they get older, they just like stop giving a shit. So, I feel that's kind of unanimous across the board.
It's kind of hard to believe that Toppers is 30 years old now, because I feel like back in college, when I was in there around 2006, 2007, it was, relatively new, like a little over a decade old. And I'm like, okay, I've never heard of this place. And now it's like, okay, it's going to be pretty much on its way to being another one. They're regional right now. And possibly, we'll see, maybe going national. Or they're just going to go the In-N-Out route, be like, we only serve this part of the country.
Well, I haven't looked into this thoroughly, but I do know that of these chains, I think they have the best vegan options, or at least they have the most, because I have a friend Isaac that I've gotten pizza a lot with, and we usually end up getting Toppers because of their vegan options. So that it's coming more and more of a thing.
Got
It
some
is.
staying power there.
Yeah. That's
Well, yeah.
nice.
Think about the places that have vegan pizza, gluten-free pizza, or crusts, I should say, because people's palates and people's diets are so different than when they were, back in 1958. Whereas, I'm just going to put together, pizza on the bread and or whatever it is, and that's it.
Yeah, well, Pizza Hut's just like, we'll do triple pepperoni or something. I'll just lather this
But I
pizza
do
with
feel they have some of the best gimmicks, Pizza Hut, even still today. Like, I remember when the Star Wars movies were coming out,
Oh,
they had
yeah.
all the merch. I remember, I had the, what's the guy, the blue guy who floats in the, I'm talking
Watto?
Watto. They had, the Watto cup, and on the back it said, Watto, a slave owner.
Oh, God.
Shit on a Pizza Hut.
1958.
But yeah, I saw when I ordered the Pizza Hut, they had this pull-out pizza box that had 3 levels, and one level you
wow.
pull out a drawer and it has Cinnabons and breadsticks, and then the other levels have just medium pizzas that you can have different kinds. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's the kind of shit I get excited about.
Absolutely.
That's innovation right there. Yeah.
I know.
Also, the Pizza Hut buffets. Have you guys ever done that? I
Those
feel
are
like
so
that's-
good.
Yeah, I feel like pizza, it's the only chain that really had a dine-in buffet experience. Lunchtime, that was awesome.
Because Domino's, I think, was always a brick and mortar storefront
Yep.
set up with maybe a bar, window bar set up for eating. But Pizza, I remember going out to eat to Pizza Hut. Like,
Yeah.
I remember my parents getting pasta because they didn't want pizza. It was like a thing.
It's just like when the pizzas are coming out, everyone is like running to the buffet, like, oh god, I gotta get them while it's fresh. It's like, dang, I ended up with like one slice of some weird topping that you didn't want.
I wonder Little Cece's it wasn't Little's, it was just Cece's Pizza, if that's still around, because that was like everywhere in the South. And they also had Stevie B's. So that was huge growing up in Georgia. They had like the buffet pizza set up. Remember they had like a sour cream and potato pizza. That was just, it was good stuff.
Nice.
Potato pizza. I mean, we're getting into like some of those crazy stuff. Like we have Ian's locally, and we have
Classic slice,
Yeah,
lots of good
slice.
pies.
we're in the Milwaukee area, so.
And maybe next time we'll do like a wild franchise set up with like, we'll get like mac and cheese pizza or whatever weird stuff's out there.
Yeah, we could definitely, depending on how this one goes, I could see this being an annual little tradition of ours here. I mean, I think we can start getting into the tournament. What do you guys think?
Yes,
Do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think while we're getting set up for there, I'll just kind of share a couple fun facts that talk about the history of pizza beyond when these chip franchises even got started, because they're dating the modern pizza that we know it back to the 1700s. Luckily, Google was just doing a whole piece on like pizza history about like a week or two ago, randomly. Yeah, I didn't even try to line it up.
Very
with
convenient.
That. I know, very convenient. But yeah, they dated it back to obviously Italy. They're crediting Naples though as where pizza as we know it was started. They estimate 5 billion pizzas, so 350 slices per second in the U.S. alone, are consumed internationally each year.
Wow.
Think about that, like 350 slices a second. So,
And they're about to come from robots soon. Have y'all seen this?
What?
no.
They have those robot things that are like kiosks that you go and like you order what you want and it makes it and it poops it out for you.
Whoa.
Just ready to go.
Gosh,
Dang.
Future.
Robo pizzas.
it's crazy. Like, man, when is it just going to be everything is done by robots, right? Like we're just going to be put out of jobs.
Well, I've seen like in like the East Coast or no, the West Coast, like in LA, they have those like little like R2D2 things that move around and deliver food and stuff, and it just opens up when it gets to you, and you get your like Greek yogurt out of there or whatever.
Man, but see, we're gonna be safe in like the colder areas because like those little R2s cannot make it through the snow.
No.
Delivery driver, they will make it. Like they will be just fine. But like a little
We need
R2,
human delivery drivers.
yeah, you need that like human spirit to get through a blizzard.
You did deliver? No, you worked in store at Jimmy John's, right?
Yes, I did. But I actually also did
You
pizza
did do-
delivery once upon a time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you've worked out there in the cold. I've done that a few times.
Yeah. Who did you work for?
I worked for Jimmy John's. I delivered
Okay.
the subs, and yeah, I just remember like if it would like rain and then turn to ice going on people's driveways and just like
Oh, man.
trying to like I had bags. It wasn't like I had pizzas, but like trying to go up people's driveways.
That's gotta
and
be tough.
People did tip really well during bad weather. I
Oh,
will
we
say.
got
That's true.
pizza
Oh, we got
incoming.
first pizza coming.
First slice.
I'm blindfolding.
Okay.
Just shutting my eyes over here, waiting expectantly.
Yeah. We have Ashley who is helping us today. So thank you, Ashley, for being our I guess our waiter,
Facilitator.
facilitator. Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
So, in order to offset the ensuing sound effects of us munching on our slices of pizza, I'm going to add some pleasant background sounds or music in order to mask that munching in silence feeling. So, I hope everybody out there enjoys. Okay, so we're on slice
Thank you, my
one
love.
here.
Ooh.
I don't want to cover up my nose, but I don't want to look down.
Everybody have their slice?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm feeling it a little.
For the listener at home, we are all blindfolded right now by face masks and about to take our first bite of the slice.
Taking some whiffs too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to do like wine, right?
Yeah, swirl it, feel it out.
Yep.
Got some
get
good
that.
legs.
I already have a guess.
I also have a guess.
You know, I thought I had it, and now I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm getting more unsure of myself with every bite. Like the initial whiffs of it, I was like, okay, I think I know what this is.
Because
but-
it's pretty salty, right?
Yeah.
But it's also a little sweet. This could be a Domino's. I would have to see, but it's either Domino's or Papa John's.
I was leaning Domino's based off of the smell. I was like, this smells like a Domino's slice.
I took a bite of the crust. I'm gonna say Domino's. It's a little harder to eat once you get to the
thank you.
wider part.
Yeah.
I hear
I don't
people
know. You guys think this is Domino's?
I think it's Domino's.
Thank you, my love.
Oh, man, I don't know.
I think, the crust threw me off. I took a bite. Papa John's? Maybe?
Because I thought the crust tasted like it was garlic dusted, which I know is like a big part of the Domino's new pizza.
But doesn't Pizza Hut kind of do that too?
Yeah, but theirs is a little more panny. I think if I take a bite of that Pizza Hut crust, I'm a no. So when it comes to crust, guys, I'll throw out a question while we're blindfolded.
Yeah.
What do you look for in like this kind of pizza? Do you want like a thick crust, or you want something crispy or buttery? What do you want?
I prefer a crispier crust. It's just like, I don't know, I like that little like crackery, crispier crust. Like, it's just, I don't know. Something about it, I really like it.
What about you, Jasmine?
She's
Sorry.
eating.
I got a big old chunk of pizza. I think it depends. Like, if I'm doing like a supreme pizza, then I want that like crispy crust, like a thin crust. But if I'm just doing like a classic like pepperoni, I like a chewier like pan pizza. So
I kind of think it depends on mood. Like, because I think for delivery pizza, I do like it to have a little bit of substance to it. Like, you know how Pizza Hut had those like breadstick type crusts for a while?
Oh, okay.
Like, I like that. I like it where it is like a garlicky kind of like buttery like crust that you could dip in a marinara, and you're like, oh yeah, this is a breadstick now. I
Yeah,
love it.
with pizza like this, I want the crust to be pretty much a breadstick because I'm
Yeah.
going whole hog.
That's
like,
true.
I'm being a bad boy today eating this pizza. Like, just hit it with some flavor.
But yeah, then I think conversely, like sometimes you just want that flat crust, that real crackery. You know?
for sure.
Crispy.
Has everyone finished their first pizza?
yeah, I'm finishing mine. We can start moving.
Oh gosh, I was gonna take off. I'm just
Take
not
off
gonna
the
look
mask.
over there, just because. There we go. I'm gonna put it down so I don't, break another mask. So you're thinking, Tom? You're thinking that this was Papa John's?
I'm gonna settle at Domino's. I think after finishing
Yeah.
that the crust might have been the giveaway for me.
I think I'm getting some like garlicky aftertaste too, so I think that's keying me into their recipe, like that little garlic they put in there.
So you Domino's too?
Yeah.
Okay. Where you at?
I'm gonna hold on to Papa John's.
Ooh. Okay.
Ooh.
Where you settling?
I'm gonna stick with Domino's. So all three of us Domino's, and her thinks Papa John's. We can remember that, right?
I think so. For slice one. Yeah. It's good.
Well, I'll ask while Jasmine's finishing up. Do you guys have any like pizza college memories? You mentioned you just remember getting it, but anything? Just because I just know that's the time I ate a lot of this kind of pizza.
Well, one specific thing I remember is I actually ordered Domino's through like their site because they were one of the early companies towards like online ordering, but it didn't work. And I'm like, well, what the heck? Like, I'm really hungry here. You know, it's like after drinking, you know, you need a little bit of something, need a little bit of sustenance in you. I was like, oh, I'll just get Pizza Hut instead. And I ended up ordering Pizza Hut. It was fine. He's like, oh, we'll be there in like 20 minutes. Lo and behold, 20 minutes later, both the Domino's and the Pizza Hut guys show up. And I'm like, this is real awkward. I'm like, and I was like, wait, I was like, Domino's, it didn't work. But I don't know, it turned out great. I mean, I had two pies, you know, in hand. Like,
So you've already kind of done this before.
yeah.
Did you blind taste test then?
I didn't blind taste test, but I sure finished those two pies, though. Those are good.
I have a good story about toppers in college. And I remember after a night out, I had stopped to pick up a pizza from Toppers, and somebody had to order a real like special one. I just got like a simple like barbecue chicken or something like that, right? And man, I felt like their pizza took forever, so it's like holding on to it. I was holding on to it, like kind of like, you know how you're supposed to hold a pizza, but obviously after having a few drinks, you know, I wasn't totally coherent, and So finally they got their pizza, and then we missed our bus, the last bus of the night, so we had to walk back to our dorms. And I was getting so tired of holding the pizza without even thinking about it. I like put it under my arm like a briefcase.
Oh no.
And when I got back to my dorm, I like opened it up so excited to eat it, and all the toppings had slid down to one side. And I was just like, I'm just gonna make the best of this. I was just like scooping it with a spoon, like putting it on a bear's slice.
Spraying it like bruschetta.
I basically turned it like barbecue chicken bruschetta.
God.
Yeah.
I remember, like, it wasn't from any of these places, but I went to Ian's and I ordered, like, 2 custom slices or something from there, and I went there, and they sent me to the wrong Ian's. Like, they said their pizza was downtown. I got there, they said, no, it's at the other place. I went back there. They felt so bad. They gave me, and it was late at night, they gave me all the pizza they didn't sell in a large, you've seen the boxes you can get from there?
Yeah, those table toppers.
Yeah, and they were stacking. They fill it up, and they gave me a $40 gift. Like, you know, I just had to give my name when I came back.
Dang. Wow.
So I had all this pizza. I froze a bunch of it. I was just like, you know, heating it up. And then I went to get pizza with the $40 coupon or whatever. They messed up my order again.
Oh.
They gave me 2 of the pizzas that I ordered and kept my $40 on retainer.
Wow.
So I was able to go yet again. So I like ended up with like, I don't know how Ian's is still in business. I would say I ended up with 5 to 6 pizzas that I didn't pay for. And like I remember one time, like the first time while they were cooking, they're like, "Do you like puppy chow?" And they threw me like a Ziploc bag.
Oh, wow.
And I was just like, wow. So Ian's a place I don't go back to, but I probably should, because like,
You still got that $40? Like, have they just kept messing up?
I bet if I went back, that's like the one time I won $100 bar tab at my friend Steve's bar, and the bartenders there were so drunk most of the time that like that bar tab lasted me a whole year. Like I would just keep going back, and I ordered drinks for like the whole bar, and they were like, "No, you still got like $30 or $40 on this thing." I was like, okay, I guess.
Outstanding. Any college memories for you, Jasmine?
Gosh, I was like thinking about it. My college memories of pizza are so mundane because it was like that Tuesday pizza. But I do have a story about toppers. That was like slightly after college. My friend and I went to go see Nicole Byer. She was doing a show up in like Oshkosh, like that little like comedy club up there. And like my friend has like a legal like prescription for marijuana, and so like she has that. She brought it over. She's like, "Oh, let's just like take some," and like she has some edibles too. And like my tolerance for marijuana is like super weird. Like sometimes it has no effect, sometimes it just like hits really quickly. So I think I just like took my edibles like way too fast, got super high, barely remember the show, and like in the Uber back we're like, we should order toppers, and like this is like 2 very high people in a car ordering. And like we got back to our hotel, we get the toppers, and it is literally like the largest pie possible with like every variation of cheese that they had. Like we literally just went through. We're like, we should add nacho cheese. We should add like their 3 cheese and like. To their credit, I don't know how toppers did it. They must have known like what happened. Like clearly a high person did this. It was delicious. Like the proportions were right. Like all the cheeses were good. Like I was just like, this is so wrong, and yet like it was just so good. We just ate it like on the floor of our hotel, like very wasted. It was great.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This toppers guy had like Frankenstein's monster of a pizza. It turned out great.
They probably see some weird. Ever since customization became a thing, they've probably seen some weird stuff because you actually don't have to like talk to someone. Like you can just put it in your phone.
Yeah, there's no shame involved. Like we didn't call them and be like, put every cheese on it. We're just like tap tap tap, and then they did it.
I feel sometimes like the fast food people, they can really have your back. Sometimes not so much, especially in situations like that. I remember being in Taco Bell at like 2 a.m. with a bunch of friends, just like giggling at the front thing, and then all of a sudden this voice comes on, "Hey, I don't have time to play games." And it was the scariest shit I ever heard, you know? And like we ordered, but I think we were like, all right, sorry, like 2 tacos and 3 burritos, and there was like 4 of us. Like,
You panicked.
yeah, it was scary.
Are we about ready for slice 2?
I am
do it.
born ready.
All right.
Thank you, Ashley.
And the amazing Ashley
Yeah.
taking care of us today.
This is how I have dinner every night.
Put the mask on.
Put the mask on. We're gonna have ourselves a night.
This is definitely the potatoes.
I would have you try like potatoes and squash or something like that. And just be like,
Just something random.
yeah, just see if you could actually just heavily season it.
You sure this is pizza? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I know I mentioned like that potato pizza, but you guys, I know we're about to give this pizza, but something that you can kind of think about, or like, what are some customizations you guys like to do on these pizzas? Like, do you have like a pizza that you call your own, like with flavors and stuff?
I don't know if there's one to call my own specifically, but I do feel like there has been like, I don't know, Hawaiian pizza really has just kind of become my calling, because I know not everybody loves it, so I sort of feel like when I have it, I'm like, this one's kind of for me, and then anybody else who's in the club, like they're in an exclusive club when they join that, because I feel like, yeah, it's just the Canadian bacon, but I also really like the Domino's has like the spicy Hawaiian, where you guys get it with like jalapeno peppers.
That's my rule about
I haven't-
pineapple on pizza, and what I was gonna say for mine is I like a bacon jalapeno pineapple, and it's because I need salty and I need spicy if I'm gonna do pineapple on
Yeah.
pizza.
Now, okay, so do you guys all like Hawaiian?
Yeah,
I
I
do.
love Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Okay, which is good. So, do you like it with pizza sauce or with barbecue sauce?
Personally, I like it with pizza, just regular pizza sauce. I have tried the barbecue sauce variant and I liked it, but I think it's just, I don't know, something about, like, it's a pizza still. I still need the pizza sauce on it.
I didn't even realize that it's sometimes different.
Yeah. How have you had it? Have you only had it with pizza
I think
sauce?
with pizza sauce is what we usually get, because Ashley's big, like she goes through phases, but usually is big on pineapple. Like that's her favorite.
Ooh, incoming
Ooh,
pizza,
yeah,
y'all.
Incoming slice.
Honestly, I like both. I think like I get pretty happy when I see like a barbecue variant because it's usually not so common.
Yeah, I can't even think who
Yeah.
has the barbecue variant.
I think Toppers actually might.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Ooh, this is a heftier
Oh,
slice.
thank you,
Yeah.
Ashley.
A little bit bigger. Oh, now I might have messed up. Maybe that worst one wasn't Domino's.
Oh, wait, I'm grabbing it from the wrong end.
Yeah, I'd say this is Domino's.
I would say this is hot.
Oh, really?
This tastes like home, baby.
I'm stumped.
But of course, it comes down to this crust bite.
Oh,
That's going to be the determinant, I think. Definitely agree.
yeah, I'm thinking this is Pizza Hut. It has like that distinct, like, Pizza Hut taste. I don't know how to describe it.
What I thought was going to be hard about Pizza Hut is I feel their toppings are very intense flavored, like their sausage and their pep. So, but I still stand by Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut. I'm ready to commit to Pizza Hut because it's like, yeah, it's got that flavor. But I'm like, is it Papa John's?
Can you tell me this, guys? What do you like better, this or the last one? I like this one better, but also like I think it's because I know. But
Oh, the crust. I just got to the crust. Sorry to interrupt you, Fred, but this is definitely Pizza Hut. It's got that Pizza Hut crust.
Guys, so?
Yeah. I feel like I'm at
I
a buffet
agree.
right now.
Yep.
Like I remember being at a buffet eating this exact crust.
After the crust bite, it's Pizza Hut.
Not convinced, you guys.
what do you think it is? Did you say?
I think this is Domino's. I'm either going to be very right or very wrong.
I would only say that I thought Domino's had that super garlicky crust, and I'm not really necessarily getting garlic. I'm getting butter for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this has to be Pizza Hut, but I'm like, I'm gonna hold out and just see. Maybe it's a weird twist, and then maybe it's like Papa John's, just because of that whole like garlic butter element.
I really I've gotten into adding pepper flakes to all my pizzas. So this is like the first non-spicy pizza I've had in like months.
I'm big into adding hot sauce to pizza. Ever since Selena, the movie with the hot sauce holster, it's just normal to put hot sauce on a pizza now.
What hot sauce do you want to put on that pizza?
I like Valentino.
The
Preferably,
classic.
yeah,
Like that.
something in that ilk of sauces. Valentino's my preferred one. I don't know, it just adds a little spiciness to it. I like it.
What's the one with the little wooden top?
Your
Tapatio?
Cholula.
Cholula?
Or Cholula?
Yeah.
I went to the grocery store to get some of that, and they were sold out, and they had like a garlic one. No good.
No,
No.
Yeah.
no, I haven't had that.
I might have to try the Valentino.
Yeah, you should try it.
I've always been a ranch guy. I think it goes back to my delivery pizza days. We always had really good ranch sauce, and so every time we would have a badly burnt pizza, we couldn't deliver that, so they would just put it in back for everybody who worked there to eat. That's the best thing ever. You just prayed for somebody to overcook one, because then you could just have free dinner every night.
Oh yeah.
And I would always go get a cup of ranch, and it was just delicious. I worked at this little hole in the wall called Leonardo's, back up in Mequon, right outside Milwaukee. And yeah, their pizza was great. They had New York style slices. So I think when we go back to even talking about, what's your ideal crust or whatever like that, if I'm in the mood for a New York style, that's exactly how I want it. Kind of doughy, kind of not too thick, not too thin.
My roommate worked at your probably something that was what's the word when competitor? That's the word I'm looking for. He worked at Tomazzo's.
Oh yeah.
So I feel for a non-chain, those would be two battling places.
Yeah, it was, because Tommaso's is very much kind of that old Italian style. They put the sauce on top of the cheese.
Ooh.
Yeah, which
I'm peeking.
yeah. Are you guys
We're all safe.
Safe?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, wait, does everyone have their mask on, or was it Eileen all the time? You guys are just talking.
Yeah, that was always so interesting though, because I do remember we had competitors, and we would always kind of compare, and we'd pick up some pizza from them just to see how we stacked up. And I was like, I think ours was better. But again, it's two different types of pizza. It really depends what you're in for, because Tommaso's definitely has that more graham cracker kind of crust. Whereas, yeah, ours was very soft and doughy. Ours, I sound like I still work there. Leonardo's.
Yeah.
Special guest pizza Leonardo's coming in as a fifth option.
You picked some last night.
Yeah. Yeah, what do we think? So, everyone like the second slice or the first slice?
I like the second slice better.
Yeah, I like.
Go ahead.
Oh, I like the second slice better. It's just that classic Pizza Hut. It's very nostalgic.
I feel less confident that first slice was Domino's now.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I was because I'm such a garlic guy, but it was weird that I was okay with the garlic on the first piece, and I preferred just kind of the buttery saltiness of the both crusts have been pretty good though. I will say.
Yeah. The second slice definitely tasted more greasy. I'll give it that.
Are you guys always crust eaters, or do you sometimes eat it, sometimes not?
Depends on the crust, because I feel like Ian's actually has a really difficult crust to eat. It's very chewy.
Chewy,
You
yeah.
have to dip it in something to make it edible. But other than that, I'll eat my crust.
Yeah, I usually always eat my crust or classic slice. I'm my jaw hurts after eating this
Yeah.
crust. It's way too chewy.
I agree, but also I love it. When my jaw hurts, it sucks. But I love that chewy pizza crust where you kind of pull at it. I classic slice is one of those places where they could just cook their crust and hit it with olive oil and parm, and I would be happy. But I agree, especially on the reheat, you can barely eat it. It's trying to rip and pull the teeth.
For sure. Yeah, classic slice is the perfect idea of a local place. It's Milwaukee only, no chains. You have, and they have such interesting types and also different styles. So there's also another question for you guys. Favorite style of pizza? Because we talked about New York, we've talked about kind of maybe an Italian, a flat. Or we got Chicago style, we got Detroit style. Where are you sitting if you gotta
pick?
If you had to pick one and you could have any, they're all in a row, you got every pizza place next to one another.
Oh,
Where are you
man.
going?
This is my Sophie's choice. This is hard.
I don't know. It's because like whenever we go back to Maryland, we go to a place called Lido's, which is an East Coast chain, and it's like thin crust and sweet, like really sweet sauce. It's very much that Americanized pizza, but it's the best crust and the best sauce. And I would say maybe because it's like something we have when we go back, it seems like my number one choice. But I would say that or a stuffed crust. I know you said pick one, but if I could alternate between that thin sweet pizza and this salty, like buttery, thicker kind of pizza, but I don't like it extra thick. Like we got that triple thick from Toppers, and it's not bad tasting. It's just like I can only eat one pizza then, or one piece of pizza.
I measured by the pies, not the slices.
But literally, I have one piece of the Toppers triple, like, or tall boy pizza, and I'm just like, well, I'm done because I ate like a loaf of bread, you know? What about you guys?
I do like a New York style pizza, like big slices. Like it just feels like classic. Like, man, this is like the way you should be consuming pizza.
Is that because you like the Ninja Turtles too?
Yeah, yeah. I always wanted to eat pizza in the sewer, so it's like I just just the way they animated the cheese. It looks so gooey and perfect, and the turtles.
It's true.
It's looking at me for mine. It's hard. Like, I'm like torn between like New York style or like Milwaukee. I feel like it's like such a good like cracker crust. Like it's just like so crunchy and like I just like it's like my favorite pizza is a Supreme and I like that on a thin crust. I'm like, if I have to like give up pizza, like I want to save that one. So I'll throw down for like a Milwaukee style thin crust.
It's a good one though too, because I think there is something about you can have more pizza. You can have more.
You can have a
of
whole
it.
ass pizza like by yourself.
Yeah.
Not that I've ever done that. Ever.
I do like when you do have the thin crackery stuff, like the little triangle pieces. Like,
Yeah,
some people
fight for
don't like them,
those.
but I'm like, give me that.
Always
Like
go
just
for
like the
'em.
crackery crust. Like,
Hell
give me
yeah.
those little corner edges.
There's a place in Fond du Lac called like Fox Joe's Pizza or something like that, and they have thin crust pizza that I swear they work black pepper into the crust, and it's like a peppery crust, and that's pizza. Like we went to get my fiance's wedding dress, like way out up north, and I almost wanted to pull into Fond du Lac just to get like, hold on, I'm just gonna get some gas and a little pizza.
Pick up some
Make it stop.
I'll throw you guys a curveball here. I think I like Detroit style.
What?
Ooh.
So that's like your
as your
puffier
top?
crust.
I think so.
Your top pizza, like I love Detroit style, but I don't know that I would make that like my ultimate pizza.
I feel like if I had to pick a pizza to have every day, I like the thick crusts. I've always been about that, and I really love. I think maybe because Classic Slice locally does a good one too, so that like when you get that, I love being able to bite into it and feel like I'm almost eating a sandwich. Like that's like something that I feel. It's very satisfying. The toppings are always like just very like standard too. You can just get a pepperoni and it's always good. I don't know. I like those thick. I think that's why I like the second slice here too. Is like it was a little thicker slice with a little bit of grease and just something you could really chomp into.
Well, the thing that I always think with any of these pizzas that I could always use, I'm big on. I love sauce, and I always feel like all these pizzas could use just a little more sauce, but I'm afraid to order extra sauce because I feel anytime you do something like that at a restaurant, they're always like, I'll give you extra sauce. You know, like it's never like, oh, just a little extra sauce. It's always like, oh, you must want like this much.
Yeah.
So, but I always want just a little like where you bite it and a little bit of sauce maybe comes out from underneath
Yep.
that cheese.
I feel you on that for sure. Just enough sauce, but it's got to be good. So the sauce is almost like the secret of it too. I don't know.
Yeah, my stepdad talks about sauce on pizza like it's like a conspiracy. He's like, they're just not putting enough sauce on it. Damn it. And, you know, it doesn't cost them anything. Dad, just a little more sauce.
Are we ready for slice 3?
I am.
Yeah, let's do
ready.
it.
Yeah.
You guys need like water or anything? Cleanse your palates a bit?
I'm good for this moment, but I think after this one, I'll definitely need a water.
Okay.
I guess I shouldn't put that on until I give you the plate.
Yeah, what were some things you guys liked and didn't like about these first 2 slices while we're waiting for number 3? Now we're halfway through.
I'll just reiterate real quick that not enough sauce on either.
Yeah, I agree with that. Not enough sauce.
And the second one, I just like, the saltiness. like it just reminded you of like delivery pizza as a classic slice of it.
Yeah. I think I did like the crust on the first one a little bit better because it wasn't as greasy. It did have that kind of garlic and butter. But
Go ahead.
yeah, but I think the overall pizza number 2, I think I prefer.
I was just gonna say, I think the first one may have been like cooked a little better than the second. The second one felt maybe it sat a little longer. The second one, but I definitely felt like as far as like being made, I thought the first one seemed made better.
Shout outs to the chefs at place number 1. Right? They did a great job.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for these two.
These next two?
Yeah, just because those were, didn't we say Domino? No, I said Papa John's and Pizza Hut were the two I were going to be able to
Yeah, identify.
identify, yeah.
So, Jasmine, where did you sit now so far?
So I'm sticking with the first one was Papa John's and the second one was Domino's.
Okay.
I'm willing to be wrong,
Oh, yeah.
but
Well, the best part about this is if you're wrong, people are going to think you're less sad than us. Like, if we're right, people are going to be like, geez.
These guys had a lot of pizzas in their day.
Did you guys ever get pizza from NYPD Pizza? I don't know if any of you guys live
here
in
in Milwaukee,
Yeah,
yeah,
like-
I've got it like catered at like corporate events and stuff.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
I remember like in the early days when I was in college that they had a deal that was like buy one get one free on their medium pizzas, and so we got like it wasn't very good, but we got a lot of NYPD pizza because of that.
Man, I haven't had that place.
I remember always driving by it.
On like North Avenue.
Yeah, on North Ave. But I've never
Ooh,
actually
got
had it
pizza.
myself.
Here we go.
Pizza.
Slice 3 coming up.
So nervous.
I know.
What if it's just like
nervous. I'm like, what's this
I feel like this is the one that's going to throw us all off. We're
right?
going to be like, wait
Like,
a
we're gonna
minute.
be like, what?
This is...
this is Domino's.
Yeah.
I feel Ashley's killing it with the distribution.
Oh, yeah.
'cause
Thank you.
Thank you,
I'm on my
Ashley.
toes every time. Thank you, my love.
Okay.
I grabbed the wrong side again.
I'm feeling it.
Oh, man.
I'm going to go out on a limb right away and say this is Toppers.
I was thinking the same thing actually.
It's kind of got just a little bit of girth. Not a lot. It is. It's more of that New York style. Like, you know, it's got that girth you like.
It's
Yeah.
girthy, but not thick, you know?
It's not very sweet. This tastes like how Domino's used to taste, I will say.
Yes.
Pretty similar. It's got like that. I don't know how to describe it, but like the cheese is like almost more savory.
Yeah.
Because I feel like some of the other ones are just like pure salt, but this one's like, ooh, okay, like a more umami flavor.
This one's got more sauce too. Like I'm getting that sauce feeling that you were talking about, Fred.
Yeah, I will agree. The sauce is. I don't know if it's a better sauce, but it's definitely the amount of sauce I want. But. Just so I'm not a pain in the butt, I'm gonna finish this crust. But I will say I would not normally. This is a not finished crust for me usually. As I take a big bite of it.
I tell you, thought we were gonna have trouble getting through 4 slices. I think that's gonna be right
It's
about
gonna
what
be
I want.
yeah, it's gonna be perfect.
Yeah. Like I was like, oh, I'm gonna feel stuffed by the time I have the third one, but I'm like, no, I want to eat this thing up.
I feel this is like we're not gonna be able to eat pizza regularly again. Though this is like the only way I'm gonna want it.
I'm going to have to order from at least 3 places.
I'm gonna be smelling my pizza like wine. Like,
I've done a few sniffs here and there before I've eaten.
look at the oil tannins on this pizza. Like that I'm doing like a golf announcer. He's going in for a bite. Oh, look at that crust. It's just melting.
It's also nice because it's like at the movie theater where you can like shovel popcorn in your face because the lights are out. Like we're all blindfolded, so I can just really like nosh on this.
Yeah.
Except actually seeing.
Yeah, she's watching us all eat. Like, oh, God.
You know what? I'm gonna switch. I think this is actually Papa John's.
I'm gonna have to try the other one if I can withhold my choice. I'll say Toppers, but
Yeah, I'm thinking that's Toppers, but we'll see.
I think the crust switched me.
Yeah.
Because
The crust is a very Papa John's crust. I will agree.
that feels like the crust that you dip in that garlic butter.
Yeah.
Right?
It was kind of chewy, yeah. Like you needed it in a dipping sauce.
Yeah, I'm gonna reserve my judgment.
I'm gonna have to apologize to our audience in advance for the noises. I feel like I keep hitting my microphone. I'm probably like chewing way too close.
Bonked my headset with a pizza.
I let out a snort at one point. I wasn't proud, but that's how you know I'm getting in it. If I'm snoring while I'm eating.
All right. So how are we feeling so far? Where would you guys say you would rank the 3 we've had so far?
I would go 214 or 213. I already know.
Oh, whoa. 214 included.
213.
I also would go 213.
Jasmine?
231.
Ooh. I don't know. That first slice does not hit me as good. Maybe I'm getting further away from it, but
Yeah. The third one, the crust just wasn't that, like, I don't know. It was kind of chewy, but which I normally would like, but so, like the crust, I don't know. I just felt like it needed a little something extra, like maybe dipped into something.
Yeah.
Like a little garlic.
A little garlic.
Yeah, I will say I was kind of hating on, like, not hating on, but I was not super into it. But towards the end of the crust, there was a good burst of sauce. And
Yeah.
like I said, I love me some sauce. And
It's
I was
true.
happy about that.
Are we ready for the last one?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Do
All right,
it.
So
I'm putting on me blindfold.
Ooh.
Thank you, Ashley.
thank you. I'll kind of take my napkin this time so I have it like ready. I was like reaching
get a
for it
vice grip on
blindly. So we talked about favorite style of pizza. I was going to ask though, what are the favorite? What's like maybe your favorite you've ever had?
Pizza?
Yep, just like the best pizza you've ever had.
Best pizza I've ever had.
I could jump in real quick, and like I feel like the memory has something to do with it. But there was a brick oven pizza place in Maryland, and I remember like they did like the ricotta chunks on top of the pizza.
Oh, ricotta's good.
Brick oven pizza. And we also went there. The 2 times we went there was before we saw the first 2 Harry Potter movies, like on opening night. So it could just be me putting it all together, but that was the first time I was like, "What's that chunk of white stuff?" And my mom's like, "That's ricotta. That's the stuff from lasagna." And I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
That sounds amazing. I have a similar one too. Also a brick oven, but it was a Sephiro's pizza. But the one, it was so originally when they branched out to go into the Marcus Theater chain, they went to North Shore and had a Sephiro's there, like the first one they had there. And they had brought over like their original recipes. They had a Hawaiian pizza, shocker, but they had cream cheese in their cheese. And I think they also had a little bit of barbecue sauce with it. It was outstanding. My buddy and I used to go and see movies, and we would always get this pizza, and we would crush the whole thing because it was just, it was one of those like thin, like graham cracker crust ones, and amazing.
Nice.
Great slice 4, it's coming.
Slice 4.
Slice 4.
Oh my gosh. Like, I don't know anymore. I feel like I was confident and I just keep getting less confident with each one.
Sidetracked.
Ooh,
Okay.
Thank you.
A little lighter, but still full.
Okay. Okay. Going in. Now that's a Papa John's.
You think that's a Papa John's pizza?
I don't know.
I think this might be toppers now.
You think this is toppers?
I feel like it tastes a little sweet. Like the Papa John's sauce.
Mm-hmm. Man, I don't know if there's a 2 inside baseball, but I could see my baby leaving her favorite for last. Best for last.
Yeah, it's got a sweet sauce. The cheese is pretty like not too salty. I like that.
Definitely the sweetest.
Oh, I'm getting to the crust. It's chewy. Just begging to be dipped into some garlic butter.
I could see Shaq selling this pizza.
I'm gonna stick with my guns. I think this is toppers.
Do you like it better than the last piece?
Yes.
I do too. I'm kind of torn. I might like this better than the first piece.
Oh wow.
The question is, if I say I like this last one the second best, and it is Papa John's, anytime we order pizza, it's gonna be like, well, you said you liked it second best, so I'm afraid to give Papa John's too good of a score.
But I think the X factor here, though, too, that we're really not considering is that these are all toppingless. This is just all cheese pizza.
True.
That's true.
Which I've come around as like kind of being all about a cheese pizza. I've become quite the Kevin McAllister. I just want, because like I feel a cheese pizza legit tastes different.
I agree with that. I'm like, now I'm kind of like hemming and hawing, getting to the crust.
Yeah, the crust, when you said, whoever said that the last crust really seemed like the crust to go in the garlic butter, that's how I feel about this last one. Almost in just like its thickness, it felt like the right thickness for dipping in there. Like,
Yeah, it felt like there's a lot of it. Sometimes the crust, like, I don't know. The crust, like the toppings just blend into the crust. But this one had like some thickness to it.
Crust is sweeter on its own. Like it's got like sugar in the crust. Like I'm thinking just like a plain bite.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's very much how like my grandmother would make homemade pizza or pasta. You gotta cut all the acidity with sugar, which I was a pretty big fan of. Just like that sweet tomato sauce taste.
I really think that's kind of the key. Like, if you can have a sweet but not like overbearing sauce, and then like just a good crust that's kind of like got a little bit of everything, like that's kind of like the right combo, at least for me.
I'm going to
Yeah, we're all
lower
done.
my.
Yeah,
I'm
all set.
So while you guys digest this, I have 2 questions just about pizza. Do you guys have any methods for reheating that you stand by?
So there's a local place that we get deep dish from that is really good when you reheat it. But what I found works best is you actually flick a little bit of water on top of it to get a little moisture, and then cover it in foil. And then pop that bad boy in the oven, and then it tastes really good.
Like at a low heat?
At a low heat, yeah.
I've heard lower is better,
Yeah.
but I'm also pretty excited when I'm making my pizza.
Can't wait.
I've put some pizza in the toaster oven recently that it kind of becomes a different thing. It kind of becomes like those pizza subs I feel we used to get in school that were crispier.
yeah.
It kind
Yeah.
of becomes that, but I'm all right with it. But I get down with a cold slice of pizza. I don't know how we feel in
Oh,
this
cold
circle.
pizza's good. It
Cold
just got
pizza's
like a different
delicious.
flavor to it. Like I like that.
Other ways to reheat, though.
I've done like a cast iron skillet. If it's not too thick, where you don't have to get like the whole thing like heated up like slowly, like a thin slice, like really really hot cast iron skillet, like almost smoking. Then you just like pop it on, and it'll like re-crisp up the bottom, and then that'll kind of heat the cheese on top.
I
so
like that a lot.
yeah, it's
that
good for
sounds
like
good.
a little slice or two.
I think, yeah, the best though we've had is probably putting it in the oven, like just putting it back on like a little like pizza stone or pizza tray, and it just crisps up again really nice. You gotta go low heat. That's the key. Like you just gotta wait for it to slowly go, because then it just melts and it doesn't get too soft. That's the thing. Kind of almost like crisps it again, sort of like with the skillet. Yeah. Okay, where will we rank these?
You looking at me?
Kick
Looking
us,
at me?
Kick us off, Fred. Where
I
you
can
at?
give it to you quite simply. 2 is my number 1.
Okay.
And then I'm going to give it to 4.
What?
Then I'm going to go 1, then I'm going to go 2.
Okay.
Yeah, breathe it
Okay.
in. Breathe it in.
I feel you. I feel you.
Okay, so I'm gonna go 2 is number 1. I love like a little bit of saltiness in my pizza. Then I'm actually gonna go number 1, number 3, and then number 4.
Almost wonder if we should do these as letters so that it's easier to translate. So you would go B, D, C, A?
AC.
B, D, A, C.
Yes.
Okay.
And I would be BACD.
B, A, C, D. Where are you at?
I feel like translate numbers now. It's like, wait, crap. I'll say B. I like the saltiness too. I almost want like that's the kind of pizza you drink like an ice cold like Coca-Cola with, like
Yeah.
cut the salt with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So B, C, A, D, BCAD.
B, C, A, D.
Yeah.
That's a good combo. I like that everybody's a little different, but I think we're gonna fall a little closer in line. I'm gonna have B for sure, which is unanimous now, right? Everybody wanted
yeah.
I
B.
like B.
Okay, then we'll go D.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You like that sweet
Whoa.
crust.
Yeah.
Sweetness.
But then I'm gonna go C.
Oh wow.
I don't know. That just was the right. The sauce was where they got it
sauce.
from.
Sauce.
The
me.
Domino
I will
sauce.
say.
Yeah.
And then one. I feel like the only thing one had going for was the crust.
Right.
And that's just not enough for me. I gotta have good bites before I get to that crust.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's pretty interesting. We'll have to. I don't know. Do we want any final guesses before we reveal?
I will stick with mine that the first pizza was Domino's. The
Okay.
second pizza was Pizza Hut. The third pizza was Toppers. And the fourth pizza was Papa John's.
Yeah, I have the exact same guesses as you, Fred.
Okay, where'd you land?
Now that I've had all 4, like the one pizza that's throwing me off is the first one. I'm just like, I cannot place it. Like, I know I've had all these chains and I cannot place that first one. I mean, I think second one is Pizza Hut again. Like, I think I'll switch that to Pizza Hut. No. Yeah, Pizza Hut for the second one. Domino's is third. Papa John's is fourth. First one is Toppers. I don't know, man. I'm struggling. I can't. That first one is just throwing me off completely. I'm like, I don't know what pizza this is.
I do think Domino's was the first one because of the crust. Because I know that crust.
It's like a garlicky taste to it.
2, I think. I don't know. I think we're all in agreement. That's Pizza Hut.
I think so.
I'm really torn up on 3 and 4 because I know you guys are like, oh yeah, the sweet taste really tells you that's Papa John's for the fourth one, but like, I felt like the last time I had Toppers, it had kind of a sweeter twang to it.
See, I feel like I'm getting like college flashbacks of like that because like
Yeah.
I never really liked Papa John's that much, but it was cheap and like I had this one and I had that same like like it's sweeter than I want it to be. Like I would still
Yeah.
eat it, but I didn't really like it, so that's why I'm like I think that one's Papa John's.
I think just to be different and because there's no winners and losers here, I'm just gonna go Toppers is excuse me 3. Toppers is 4. Papa John's is 3.
All right. I have the results written down right here.
Okay, let's hear it.
A was Domino's Pizza.
Oh,
Ooh, I knew it.
B was Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Hey, got it.
Nobody beats the Hut.
C, Toppers.
Oh,
And D, the Papa John's.
Papa.
knew it.
you knew
That's
the
sweetness.
Papa. Man, upset. Maybe not, but
Man,
Joe
that
and
Domino's
I
pizza
are
though.
We did it.
Pizza
we know our pizzas.
sommelier.
so the biggest surprise for me has to be that we all pretty much put Domino's near the bottom, and I think the common thing was that was among the better. Like,
I couldn't even recognize that pizza today. Like I thought, like for sure Domino's I'd like recognize and would like the best, and like I tried it and I was like, I don't know what this is. Like That was what like surprising because I was like, oh, the crust is different, like the texture is different. Like
I did order a hand tossed. I don't know if that makes a difference.
I feel like that's like the standard. Like they
Yeah.
all would have
Yeah.
been hand tossed. Yeah.
What do you guys think? Any other reactions on?
Well, I'm not surprised Pizza Hut was everybody's favorite. I mean, it's delicious.
Yeah. Plus, it's just classic, you know. It's a reason it's been around for so long. And I think, like, a common theme with all of us was, like, oh, pizza's very nostalgic. And
I'm just
we all
happy if
thought
I
it'd be
hang out
ranked
with
high.
Joe, I can be like, let's get some pizza.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, like college, like from recently, if I throw out Pizza Hut, it always gets shot down.
Yeah.
So I just want you all to keep that in mind. You
Yeah.
know,
I will say with like the Pizza Hut though, like eating it by itself, it was really salty. Like I was just feeling it in my throat, and I was like, "Oh God, I need to like, drink water." But like that's exactly the kind of pizza you're pairing with like a beer or like a Coca-Cola or something. Once you get like the full effect, I'm like, "Oh, this would be really good
like
pizza."
a pitcher of cherry Coke with that would just chef's kiss.
I am really trying to figure out why Pizza Hut hit the spot today. Like that was like maybe because we had that Domino's pizza first that it was just like, oh, it's just added something more.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely was surprised how Domino's fared, and that it is just. It kind of just seemed like it was all about that garlic and the crust. Like that's all I really remember from it.
Yeah. Man. Well, that's that's interesting. Very interesting. I thought toppers would do better too, I'll be honest.
Yeah. I thought toppers would be my favorite going in, and it was my third. So, I don't know. It just. Something about it
Slipped.
didn't quite feel right.
Yeah. I don't know. Did anyone expect Papa John's to do worse? I did. I mean, I know you were a big fan. But
Well, here's the thing. We went through a phase where like that was the pizza we were getting. And I got really sick of it, but we haven't had it in a while. So when I had it this time, I was like, I know what this is, and this is hitting. I do agree that sweetness can be a lot. Like, I think that's what I got sick of, and I like sweet sauce. Like,
But like that garlic butter, that's where that comes in, and it kind of like balances the sweetness
Yeah.
out.
yeah, it does.
oh yeah, if you're eating like the pizza part and then you're hitting that salty garlic after, that's like boom, boom, boom. I like that.
Yeah. Oh, no, that was a good rundown. Any final thoughts on what we had today? Do you guys have a change in your favorites?
I think I'm gonna have to order pizza more often. I feel like I never really get it anymore. Like toppers is usually the go-to, but I gotta get Pizza Hut back in the rotation.
Yeah, I agree.
And we need to have some nice like nice sodas. I want a fountain soda.
fountain
though. I
drink,
just can't
yeah.
have a can with it. I want like a nice full pitcher that we're
Yeah.
just pouring into red cups.
Like we want to like bring back like the original like sit down like experience, like have our fountain drinks and stuff. I mean, we didn't even mention this, but like y'all do like the book it program with Pizza Hut. Like you read books and then you get
Absolutely.
a little free pan pizza. Like that was good shit.
Yeah, I always remembered that I was disappointed when I would get the pizza because it was small, and then the rest of my family got like they all got regular pizza, and like it would just be like, no, that's yours, and I'm just like, come on, y'all got real pizza. I'm the one who read the book. I read The Mouse and the Motorcycle. I should get the biggest piece.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to go out of my way too much for Papa John's as much, even though that one did well today. But Pizza Hut, yeah, I think especially with the nostalgia, I'm sort of like maybe you need to revisit there.
They're bringing that classic stuffed crust back, so I think.
They've always
yeah.
had stuffed crust.
Oh, really?
Because
Oh, dang.
that's what I don't do it often, but I remember like even on a drive back from Maryland, we like she got like Texas Roadhouse and I got pizza because we just wanted like what we wanted, and I got a stuffed crust sausage pizza and it was good.
Man, that's exciting though. But yeah, that's the way the pizza crumbles, I suppose you can say.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just had to try and get something in there.
yeah.
It didn't work.
Next time though, when we're all hanging out and getting pizza, we're gonna get some Pizza Hut stuffed crust. We're gonna
Yeah.
get some breadsticks, and we're just gonna
I'll
roll
bring
it out.
I'll bring a red and white tablecloth, and we can set
Hell
that
yeah.
down.
So now that we know that like Pizza Hut was our favorite pizza, like what are our actual Pizza Hut like orders? Like what do y'all like actually order when you go to Pizza Hut? Because like I don't think we're gonna do a cheese pizza necessarily.
Not necessarily.
No, the guy had pepperoni at least.
I think their meats are they're salty as all hell, but their meats are really good at Pizza Hut. Their ham is really nice.
Ham?
Like it's got a sweet, nice flavor to it. I remember getting the ham on the pizza, and it was great.
Yeah, I'm thinking of pepperoni stuffed crust.
Ooh,
Yeah,
hell
that's a
yeah.
classic right
Yeah.
there.
I get down with that.
But I think I agree. Getting some breadsticks, getting some soda next time. I think that could have changed this tournament. I kind of might have a theory on that, but I do want to do like a breadstick challenge now. That's sort of where I'm going now.
Do we have to like? Should we like pair like Coca-Cola with each of our pieces next time or
I think
something?
so.
Get like the full balance.
If we did do a breadstick tournament though, Rocky Rococo's has to be a part of that because their
Oh,
breadsticks
Rockies.
might be the best
I've
of everybody.
never had Rocky
those are really
Rococos.
good.
I usually forego the
What?
breadsticks because I'm eating Rocky Rococo's. I'm like, I don't need more. But
That's like the thing to get at Rocky Rococo's. So like, if you have one thing from Rocky Rococo's, since you've never had it, Jasmine, definitely go with breadsticks.
Now I know. We can all just like head down to the airport, to, like the one Rocky Rococo's in the
Yeah.
area, get some breadsticks.
Oh, it's been too long. Well, all right. Thanks for everybody for listening today. Joe, thanks for joining us again.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Jasmine, thanks for coming on for the first time and breaking up all this march of Y chromosomes we've had.
You're welcome. Happy to be here.
you can come back for like your own episode. It doesn't just have to be a shared episode with another. We weren't ready to have a woman on by ourselves. We were scared. We had to have at least one other pro.
we had to qualify it, yeah. Anything that you guys want to plug? Jasmine, we'll start with you since you were announced last.
Yeah, so obviously everyone here on this podcast episode today knows each other from improv. Our improv theater is going to be starting up classes pretty soon. By the time you're hearing this episode, there actually should be a intro to long form improv class starting up within about a week or two. I will be co-teaching it. So if you've ever wanted to learn how to get on stage, be more confident, one day appear on a podcast eating pizza for, 2-3 hours, go check that out at theinterchangetheater.com and sign up for my class.
Perfect. Yep, that's the interchangetheater.com. I think we've done it almost every week so far that we've had episodes out.
We need to start getting paid. Interchange.
Yeah. Get on the phone with Eric Kokonis. Joe, anything that you want to plug?
Nothing in particular, but shout outs to Interchange and go take Jasmine's class.
Yeah.
Perfect. Fred, anything that we want to throw out there?
Oh, we're going to have a lot of exciting episodes on the docket in the new year. A lot of interesting topics.
Yeah.
A lot of big names coming through here. Don't want to spoil too much. As far as me, I'll be in some shows in January. If you go on the Interchange website, you can see me perform comedy. Anything else that you're thinking, Tom?
No, outside of just listening to this podcast of State of the Franchise, no, I think that covers it. Please take classes, support local comedy. We're all just people out here to try and entertain you. So love to see your faces and love to see you smile. Hopefully McDonald's doesn't sue me for saying that. Thanks for joining us once again, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks again for listening to this week's State of the Franchise. If you're liking what you're hearing, please remember to rate and review us. It really does help get our name out there. We're now available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. You'll also notice in your episode description, we have a new virtual tip jar link from Buy Me a Coffee. We've cleverly relabeled this as Buy Me a Drink, but truthfully, it's not required for you to share any money. It's only if you're feeling generous. Any money that we do do get donated will be used to go right back into the show so we can continue to bring you great content week in and week out. So again, not required, but definitely appreciated if you're feeling generous. And stay tuned for next time. We'll be talking about the TV show Survivor. And hope you have a great week, and we'll see you then.